What is going on, guys? Today we are reviewing the YouTube account of a billion-dollar CEO. A billion, like a billion with the B. And I think what this video is going to do is going to be fun more than anything, but what it's going to show you is that YouTube mistakes are very, very easy to make. Even if you have a lot of money, even if you already have a lot of attention, it is very easy to not optimize your YouTube channel for the person that you want to reach, and it directly hurts your results and keeps you from growing, even if you obviously know what you're good at and what you're doing. So basically I found this super cool CEO because she was on a similar podcast that one of my clients is on. And when I went to her YouTube account to go follow more about her, I saw mistakes like all over the place. And I'm curious if you guys see them. All right, enough of the dramatic pause. They are like all over the place. There is a heavy lean towards branding here that's happening, but more than anything, the branding is taking away from the aspects that make YouTube. So what I did was, instead of kind of complaining about it, I went on ahead and for this video right here, I redid the thumbnail, and I made her a new thumbnail. I jumped in, I made her a new title, and I basically went in and redid this entire video because the content itself is really, really good. She's doing an interview with the person who does her PR, but enough rambling. Let's just jump right into it. I was at the bottom of the doc. Here it is right here. So one of the most important things about understanding YouTube is packaging. The packaging of your video, as in the thoughts, the feelings, the expressions, the emotions that somebody's going to feel before they actually watch your video. So what happens is with this and this right here, the packaging is bad. The content is good, but this title is probably generated by AI. You can tell because of the random semicolon. But what it does is it loses space. 337 in the eyes of the audience and in the eyes of YouTube doesn't matter a whole lot. As a matter of fact, unlocking influence in 2025 is about the only thing I know about this video, because of the rest of the words get cut off because of the word limit. So this is going to happen every time somebody sees this video. They're going to see unlocking influence in 2025, and then that's it. Just so happens that this text is wasted because it's also used again here. So now you're losing real estate of the attention of someone's mind. And I'll go even further to say that the text that sits right here is actually really good. And generally speaking, YouTube does like keywords and keyword heavy text. But as we saw in the beginning of the video, this text is usually unreadable to somebody when they're scrolling on a very tiny screen like their phone, or even when I'm on my big laptop and like the biggest computer I own, I still can't read the text. So this is a problem because it's the right thing in the wrong place. Not to mention these facial expressions are way too far out. They're too tiny. If I was scrolling on my phone, or again, even scrolling here, I actually can't see the facial expression, and that takes away from the actual video. So this is what I did. This is a new thumbnail that I created, and it is a really, really cool one because it dives into a lot of the strategies that I'm generally speaking about and generally telling you guys about. The first thing that it does is it shows you facial expressions matter than authority. You noticed this on just about all of her thumbnails when I showed you them earlier. The facial expressions are not there. They're not you're not, as a viewer, you're not able to dive into the emotion that she wants you to dive into because you can't really see her face. So that takes away from the video. Instead, what I did is, this lady has nothing to prove. Like, she's already done it. She probably doesn't need to make any money from YouTube, at least not directly. So there's no reason for her to have sometimes that stern and mean mug look that a lot of people have in their YouTube videos. Instead, she can be a whole lot more lighthearted. She can be a lot more warm. She can be a lot more trusting in her expressions. And that dives into her credibility more than it takes away from it when somebody doesn't know what they're talking about. The next thing that I did is I highlighted her 3 biggest platforms. Again, we're talking about trust, and more specifically, the title of this video is what I called How Personal Branding Lessons from a Billion-Dollar CEO. And if we're talking about personal branding, take a guess at what her 3 biggest places where her personal brand is. Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. So I call social proof without ever using any words. I want you to pay attention because the first biggest things that I use inside of here don't have anything to do with words. The one word that I did use in here was followers. But this is not to talk about her. She has well over 1 million followers and probably way more than that if you combine everything together. I am talking now to her target audience because her target audience needs to believe that whatever she's talking about, somebody with 0 followers can be able to follow. Now, she probably doesn't have people that have exactly 0 followers, but they need to be able to believe that the methods that she's talking about can work for me, because those are the emotions that we have. And it almost doubles back by calling it into her statistical proof, because she has a ton of Instagram followers, but I just made it seem like that it was 0 instead of 1 million. 0 now highlights not her, but the person that she wants to speak to. So this is what this looks like, kind of all put together, right? Lessons from a billion-dollar CEO about personal branding with a very, very keyword heavy. So a lot of the text that was in the caption is now down here inside where YouTube can actually see it and read it, along with the hashtags inside of here. This, if she took all of this advice and started doing it consistently, not to mention if she started using our client interview strategy, or whenever she does podcast episodes, she combines these with the facial expressions of not only her, but the person she's speaking to, her channel would 10x literally overnight, because all it's doing is leaning into the things that YouTube already does. Now, if I was her, what I would do is I would not just continue to make podcast episodes how I'm doing it. Podcasts are historically known for not making people money. What I would do is lean heavy into her personal brand, as in like solo videos. Our 0 to hero video, I've talked about this a ton on this channel. Heck, I even made a guide that I wrote out the other day about the first YouTube video that you make, because it's generally speaking the first one we have people go through. Is it talks about you. It humanizes you, it allows you to sell your offer, and this entire doc walks you through like everything to do on how to record it, how to go about it, and how to script it out. It's the first thing I would do. I would then record a 7 to, let's call it 15-minute 0 to hero video if I'm her, and then I take all different short form clips of it. Depending on the short form clip, what we do for a lot of our clients depends on how well it succeeds. So sometimes these videos do very, very well. Sometimes like our call to action videos don't do so well. And then what I would do is take all of everything I just read out, and I would actually solve the problem that's happening here. And it's simply a personal brand that has nothing to do with her, the person, and has everything to do with the person that she's trying to reach. It is by far the most valuable, the best, and some of the most amazing things that you can do with YouTube is stop thinking about you. Think about the person that you want to reach. In your channel with 10x, you'll make way more money, you get way more influence almost overnight. Thanks so much for watching this video. See you on the next one. Peace.